Whoa. Got it. Good morning. Hello. I was waiting for that burp. Now it happened. Good morning. It's 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday. Don't know when this is going out, but 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. I'm awake. I didn't know when this like little segment of my life was just going to become about my breakup. And I've said I'm not going to speak about the ex anymore, so I'm not speaking about the ex, but I want to speak a topic which relates to the ex, but will hopefully be beneficial, and we're going to be talking about OnlyFans and basically, sexual work, I guess, on the internet, if we're gonna say it that way. So here's the thing. I've actually had a partner already before my previous partner work in that industry and helped her with that. It was a great relationship. We had our own things that needed to be worked out that got sorted. And then my current ex-relationship also had that. Now, the problem with our brains in general is when we experience one thing, we then assume that it's the same way for the other thing, right? So my first partner that was in the industry, I have actually nothing against it, okay? My first partner that was interested, she loved being hot. She loved being watched by people. We were in a committed relationship, so there was like intimacy there, no worries. And for her, it was like, yeah, cool. Well, now people will be like, I'm hot, and they'll pay me money. Almost like an appreciation of the body. Nothing too graphic, nothing too what a person is uncomfortable. But basically, the person went there as a business. It said, look, I know I've got a great product. I would like to share that. Did it come from a full place of like, I'm really proud of it, I'm happy with it for that partner? No, and that's why she struggled to kind of grow it. But after she kind of realized that, she got rid of it. Okay, pretty simple. But with my current partner, I thought immediately that it was kind of a similar thing because I saw her as so attractive, so beautiful, so powerful, so self-expressed. Like, I believed that I was, she was out of my league, if we can call it, at the time. So naturally I thought the same. We've had all the conversations, etc. And a lot of red flags came up because what the person was actually was, she was really not secure in herself and was instead using it for validation. And all her dating experiences were trying to date older men. Then she set up her business to attract older men. And she doesn't like talking to them until she's single, and then she likes talking to them. But she was doing it for validation. It was like a validate me. And this is where it comes in to a really big problem, because if you are insecure, you are not secure in self, you cannot go outside of yourself to find security, right? It's weird, right? Insecure means you feel insecure. You need to feel secure. So going out there trying to find security never works. Hundreds of thousands of fans, everyone's like, oh my God, you're amazing. Still insecure. And then her brain or a brain would play tricks on her and be like, maybe I need to be hotter. Maybe I need to be skinnier. Maybe I need fake tits. Maybe I need all of this stuff. But what you're not getting is you're not okay with you. You're doing it not as a business. You're doing it as trying to heal something within you. So you're actively in a job that you're trying to heal your mental health with that's only damaging it, because what you're doing is you're doing things which you already are uncomfortable with. It makes you more insecure, And then once it's out there and you hope that it makes you feel secure, and then it's like, oh, no, I'm even more insecure. You are literally re-traumatizing yourself daily, hundreds of times. And now if it's leaked all over the internet, now it's, now you're in tears because you're like, I thought it was gonna, but now it's not. And maybe if it's different, maybe if it's bigger, maybe if it's more, maybe if it's everyone. I'm so passionate about this because I actually really love the business. And I've already started one, but then I paused it. It wasn't exactly the right time. I was like, oh, I felt it coming from like a validation place, etc. But really, I'm designing my body to be a piece of artwork. And when it's an artistic piece of artwork, I'd love to share that. I've worked really hard on this and I want to be able to share it because I'm proud of the physique I have. And if I was running it, I would run it in a very interesting way. I would take photos that I enjoy of myself. I would help people also see and be like, hey, this is healthy, this is possible. And I would also be, the usual me. I'd be like, hey, here's kind of a nude photo of me and I know you like it. Here's how you can have that body and how we can change your life. It's still me, meaning it's still gonna be really in line with who I am and what I want. And yeah, I would love to give the gift of my crafted body to other people. I do think that doesn't come from a validation place. I would never run it from a money place either, meaning like I would make sure that I don't need that for money. That's just like my artistic sexual self-expressed self out there gifted to the world. And that's the place that it needs to sit. And 99.9999999999999 maybe even 100% other than me don't exist like that. I obviously don't know anybody. There are people probably like that. But for me, that would be where it sat. And with partners and stuff, like we had a close, intimate relationship. So I wasn't threatened or didn't have any real issues with it, but her freedom around the topic was not high because it was robbing her soul inside. And no matter how much I was saying, hey, you've got all these other skills, and she's very intelligent, all these other things, for her, the biggest thing was she believes that life is easy, and why do life hard if you can do it easier? And I couldn't break that for her. I couldn't break that for her because nothing in this world that makes us feel good or that we're proud of is easy. In fact, pride, confidence, self-esteem is built from seeing a hard thing, doing it and overcoming a painful experience personally and still persevering to the other side. That's where self-confidence, that's where grit, that's where all of that is built. But she also would get stuck a lot on femininity and masculinity. It's like, no, the female doesn't need grit. She doesn't need pride. She doesn't need self-esteem. Females at the very core are an insecure being. Couldn't break that either for her. Because yeah, a lot of females are insecure. Hey, a lot of men are insecure. That's not a feminine or masculine trait. That's actually a trait built from traumas and not having it figured out yet. Some of the most powerful females can radiate powerful, confident femininity, not needing validation, already knowing that they're attractive, knowing their worth, knowing that they can give. So the hard thing is now this person is absolutely stuck. Firstly, their entire name image is tarnished forever. Step one. Step two, tarnished because not proud of it. Not proud of it, and now everyone's got it. Not proud of it. Two, it's easy. And because it's easy, everything else is going to take a lot more work. Why it's easy is you're literally selling a product which there was no work done on. maybe some makeup, if you can call that a bit of pride, I guess. But you're selling a product that you put no effort into. Like, no, you were born with that face. You were born with that body. You were born with your bits. You were just born. So imagine life. You're born and you're like, I'm born. You're like, here I am. Give me money. Why is everyone so happy and like so like confident? I'll just give like, here's more of what I was born with. Why? Oh no, that's too hard. No, I don't want to do that. No, I'm just not going to do that. It's too hard. Or I can just do this, but I'm not really liking this. And it's tough. And when that being said, I was also in a place where I was like, look, I'm trying to work on a different business. Like, I want to sing, but I was working on another business and I was afraid of it. And one of her reasons for saying, like, she's like, you know, that's been not tough for her. She would say that because of my business, she's like, you're not in the business that you want. But she wouldn't realize that she's projecting. Like, I'm pretty happy in the business that I have. It's not my highest self-expressed self, but I feed a lot of families. I help people. Like, I'm happy with majority of my businesses. I just have another level that I want to get to. But this person is unhappy with it. So for her to reverse it, she needs to literally cut off the entire business, go back to broke, and work, reset all her dopamine, obviously get sober, obviously reset all her dopamine and begin doing the things that take hard work. My book, for example, my book was after I had made a bunch of money already. It was a passion project, made a bunch of money, I was already free, and I did all the freedom things. You know, I went to parties, freedom was, I was able to travel whenever I wanted. I can go to any country I wanted. I could stay in any house, any Airbnb I wanted. Where I broke up with one partner and it was a couple of months down, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get an Airbnb on the beach with a projector in the house, and I bought a bunch of narcotics at the time as well. Not that I condone it, not good if it's legal, etc. And then I was like, I'm just gonna do my childhood boy dreams. I'm just gonna sit, play PlayStation, sit on my rooftop overlooking the entire beach. I would wake up and I was like literally beachfront, walk directly onto the beach, like barefoot. And I was like, I'm loving life. But after 2-3 weeks, I realized that it's actually not that fun. The only reason that's fun is most people work a full-time job, or they work and then they try and escape on the weekends. But I wasn't escaping my life. I loved my life. The point was I got all this freedom and I realized, the next step is actually like to help people now, because like, this is weird to do this all alone. I want to help people. So I wrote a book. Point is, in writing this book is, first there was 8-9 years worth of knowledge myself that I went up and down through. Then from originally going, right, I'm going to write this book, it took me 1 to 2 months to write the first draft. And then it took me another 2 years of back and forth, re-editing, got a full editor again. We went through it maybe 46 plus times. This is a random number, but like to the point that I was reading the words and I could recite almost all the words in the book and felt like throwing up, but still had to bring it to perfection because this was so sacred. It was the psychology of weight loss. What I was gonna do was take a person from an unhealthy mindset and make a permanent shift to a healthier mindset, which means that over time, they 100% will lose the weight and get to their healthiest version of themselves, because literally we took them through the brain processes every way possible of how they can get health for themselves. It was like I was trying to create a breakthrough performance book that the world hasn't seen. I was successful. It's a bestseller. Doctors recommend it for obesity people. Apologies. For obese people. That's where it was. So why I say that is that and doing that makes me feel proud. You can see me talking about it. I was like, 2 years, edits, hard, 8, 9 years. Proud. Really proud. Yeah, proud. That allows me to walk with my head higher in the world. It just does. Pride is earned through doing things that are really difficult, take a lot of time, and that you're really, really, really proud of. If you want to build self-esteem, build stuff that you're extremely proud of. And if you're doing stuff that you're not proud of, cut it all off. Cut it all off. I was recently in a spa. I was in a spa, this sounds weird. I was in a spa, we're talking to a guy, right? And the guy is, he reached out to me, he's having a chat, and he's on a bit of a hustle. I'm at this point, this is my one recovery in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I had a joint. I'm in recovery. It's night. I'm in a magnesium pool. I'm just like, oh my God, processing my relationship. Anyway, this guy's like, hey. He's like, fancy for you to, what do you do to afford a gym like this? And the gym is like $160 a week, $170 a week. Expensive gym. So all the expensive people are there, right? All the people that are like, oh. So he's explaining his hustles, and he's explaining, oh, well, yeah, and now I sell vapes a little bit as well, and now I sell this as well. And I was sitting there and I was like, oh. And I was like, man, I have to be honest, I don't agree with the vape thing. Like, you're selling narcotics to human beings, which you know is damaging to their health. So it's pretty low integrity, and you're probably never going to scale that business because really, you know, you're a piece of shit inside, and no one wants to be a piece of shit. And I was proud of myself because I could have not said anything, but then it wouldn't have made a difference. And I said it with all the love, and we continued talking for still half an hour, 40 minutes, like great love. And it was interesting, right? And he got a lot of value, I hope, from me. But the funny thing is that most business owners, most people that are first starting to make their own money or starting out, they don't care. Just get me the money whichever way possible. And most people are stuck in that forever. I know heaps of really healthy people, really healthy, jacked people that own junk food places. And I can see you, and my vibration level is higher than you. You can't beat me. And we can feel that, almost like on an animal plane. You know you're a rat and you're not doing things that are in line with your morals. You treat yourself differently to what you're making money off other people and making them feel sicker. And if you do that, you're a rat. Not a rat, but you know that a person that lives purely with their heart and does only things which only benefit people is always going to have higher self-esteem, pride, vibrate differently, and have more confidence than you. Same thing goes for an OnlyFans business. If what you're doing you're not proud of, you're not happy with, which she wasn't, because she goes, it's all so bad. She goes, I know that I'm worsening. These men are now not going to go out in relationships instead. And she's literally baiting people that are interested in really young females, trying to bait them to be like, I'm not underage, but I'm just barely. That's why you're running away from everything. You're running away from your life because you're disgusted with yourself. So easy, you gotta stop it. Yeah, it's gonna be painful. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Yeah, but it's ruining your life. It's ruining everything about your existence. So, is this a soft plug for me beginning my OnlyFans? Not sure, but that will happen. I do believe when it's right, because as long as I can feel that it's correct and it is correct for me, then that'll happen. If it's not, it won't. So it's kind of that simple. You've seen me, if you've been around here, when it feels correct, it like brings everything out of me. Anyway, long rant, and I know I've promised to stop talking about the ex. It's hard, man. The hard thing is for me is that I have never been. She loved me so much, and I think that's because of there was a huge psychological difference, but she was trying to prop it up to be like, no, we're the same. But because of the huge psychological difference, she loved me so much. And her brain is very wired in a very interesting way. She saw a lot of things in me. That love made me really confront how afraid I was of being loved. I was really afraid of being loved. And I know it goes like, it almost goes around in circles. It's like, but she didn't love you, like in the way that you wanted. Yes, but I can feel how much her heart was yearning to give me the love. She just didn't know how to because she's afraid, trauma, life, work, anyway, we've been through that. We're not going through that again. Point is like, I was really confronted with that I don't love myself enough. So, yeah. Anyway, we're up again early, 6 a.m. 6 a.m. And regarding weight loss, by the way, I'm not talking about it much here because I'm just getting it done now. And yeah, like anything that I can say in these videos are cool tips and they're cool tricks and they're going to give you the little answers, but I'm going to be really straight with you. Until you read the book, you're not going to get lasting control over your weight, full stop. You can get a coach, you can get ripped, you can get stage lean, and then you watch them, they all balloon back. The book is designed not to get you shredded, not to get you into contest shape, it is designed to literally make you understand why your brain chooses unhealthy stuff, how to rewire your brain slowly to make it really easy to go from unhealthy to healthy really easily and start creating neural pathways of like, I just changed one thing and I've monitored that for a week and now I feel better. And creating those links, you can never unsee it, so you can never go back. And the book takes you step by step, literally says, do this, just read this chapter, do this for the next couple of weeks, don't read anything else. It's like, hey, just spend 15 minutes reading this chapter, and then for the next 2 weeks, just do this. It literally takes you through every single one of the processes, but it's very hard to confront as well, because some of the things we dig deep. We dig in the stuff that you don't want to talk about. We dig in the fact that, you still feel uncomfortable taking off your shirt during sex. We deal with the stuff that, you may be sweaty, and you may be conscious of your weight. You may find it hard to dress. We deal with the stuff that really gets under your gears, and we undercover everything that the unhealthy lifestyle brings. Sure, it's gonna kill you earlier. Sure, it's shitty, but sugar's nice, right? Cakes, cakes, cakes. So nothing I can tell you in these videos is going to make a profound difference. The only profound difference that I can make is to convince you to go get the book. It's not money. It's a $10 book. On Audible, it's free. Paperback, which is the paper book, it's $20. It's less than a McDonald's meal at this point in time, or whatever it is. It's not a money issue. So if you're thinking it's a money issue, it's not a money issue. It is a will issue. It's a scared issue. The fact that you know that by reading this book, there's a good chance that it's potentially going to change your life, and you may have to slowly say goodbye to the lifestyle that you've known and loved. But on the other side is fucking freedom. Anyway, weight's going interesting, but I do want to share with you, for example, did lots of exercise yesterday. Diet has stayed the same, right? Diet has been the same, pretty much no changes, or at least in the last couple of days. Did burnt lots of calories, probably 2,000, 3,000 calories deficit. Woke up today 200, 300 grams heavier than yesterday. Your scales, and this is covered in detail in the book, your scales always will not show accurate or relevant results to your weight loss. Scales go up and down based on your water balance, based on how stressed you are. If I'm more stressed today, I can put on 1 kilo tomorrow, just of water. Obviously, I'll drink water and it'll just retain more water. I can inflame my muscles so much that water pulls into the muscles, into my legs, for example, and then my legs are heavier. So weight loss on the scale, to learn how to understand the scale and what the numbers actually mean, is one of the biggest points where people kind of lose it in their weight loss journey. Anyway, here we are. We're off to seize the day. Let's fucking go. And onwards and upwards to victory. Guys, much love. Have a beautiful day. I hope that was useful. Bit of a rant all over the shop. I'm not sure how I'm liking these morning YouTube videos because I'm half dead. I don't even have a coffee yet. So half dead, half woken up. And, you know, here I am. Much love. And yes, I have to be honest, yes, I'm still checking my ex's social media. So at the moment I can't stop. So I blocked her off everything, and then I still unblock her and check. So, and that is what I did this morning. So I'm sorry, I wish I could be better, but I'm not, and I'm comfortable with that, okay? And I'm reading lots of books as well. I'm reading a new book. It's been great. I was crying hysterically in the supermarket while shopping. Had to put sunglasses on while reading through Healing book, which is literally tears running down my face. But I'll tell you about that tomorrow. It's an exciting time in Andrew's life. Exciting time. Love you. Bye.